Good morning. You come home one day after work, after a long, hard day of work, and you open your mailbox, and inside your mailbox, you see this official-looking document. You tear it open, and it's a jury summons. You're being summoned for jury duty. Now, in New York, oftentimes you have to call a number, and they tell you if your name begins from the letter A to the letter F, you have to call on Monday, and if it's F to R, you might have to call on Tuesday, and then they'll tell you what day to show up. And when you show up to court, you're put into a room, a large room known as the central jury, where you sit with a lot of other people and just kind of wait around until your name is called. And if your name is called, at that point you go into a smaller room where you meet one or two attorneys. And at this point, people often get nervous, and it's a very interesting and different kind of process, because whatever you do, whether you're an artist or you work as a messenger, or maybe you work in computers, or whatever job you have, you're kind of used to your world. You know, getting up in the morning, going to work, coming back to your family, or if you're single, going out, meeting people, having a boyfriend, girlfriend. But when you're put into this new world, you're not going to work anymore, you're going to the court system, and it's also official. You have to go through a metal detector to get in. You see these court officers in uniforms with guns. They're telling you that you're not really an individual anymore. You can't choose what to do. You're given a number, and you're told, okay, this is your number, you're juror 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. You have to go to this room at this time, wait here, now go into this room. And then you start being questioned by attorneys. And if it's a civil case, meaning a car accident, a trip and fall, or any kind of case where one party is suing another, then oftentimes you're going to be questioned about your beliefs, right? Because the lawyers, whether they're for the plaintiff or the defendant, are trying to find that fair-minded, neutral, or impartial juror, somebody who's going to be equal for both sides. And they're going to ask you questions such as, have you ever been in a car accident before? And then if you say, yes, I've been in a car accident, did you sue? Yes, I sued. Or were you satisfied with the result? Okay, yeah, I think it went okay. I got some money out of it. It was fine. Now, all of a sudden, one of the lawyers may be thinking, well, they were satisfied. That means that they must be favoring the plaintiff. Or the defendant might say, oh, he chose to sue, so he must be litigious. And they start jumping to these conclusions about you, depending on what type of lawyer. Now, some lawyers might be inclusive, right, and try to ask you questions more like, what happened? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? To get you to talk to them, to get you to talk to the other jurors, and to kind of have an interaction. Whereas other lawyers are more, do you believe, yes or no, and they're more like alienating you and trying to get you to just answer their questions. And I think a lot of the research has shown that when somebody asks you a question, can you be fair? Well, even if you can't be fair, even if you do have some kind of hidden bias, you're usually going to say yes, because you're in a courtroom. The attorney asking the questions is in a position of authority. Now, if you say, no, maybe I can't be fair to the attorney, then if they take you up to the judge and then the judge asks you, can you be fair? Most people then kind of switch and say, yes, I can be fair, because they don't want to tell the judge that, they can't be fair unless they have a good reason. So these are the kind of things that happen during jury selection. The overall theme is that both sides are trying to find a fair-minded juror and a neutral juror. But oftentimes it's hard, because it depends on their philosophy. If their philosophy is, I want to get people off, right? I want to eliminate as many people as I can, then what they're really doing is they're getting rid of people. And then whoever they're left with is just, kind of like the lowest common denominator. They're just left with a random gathering of people who may be a good jury together, may not. But I think a better system would be the attorney who tries to form a group and tries to get jurors to talk to each other, who asks, like, what are your feelings about this or that, and is just thankful to all of the jurors, because they're taking time out of their life, and they're giving up their families, they're giving up their jobs. They've decided to come here, even though they are summoned, but a lot of people ignore it. A lot of people choose to ignore the summons. So the fact that all of these individuals have chosen voluntarily to show up and to participate in the system, so both lawyers, the plaintiff and the defense lawyer, should have a frame of thankfulness, and because these people are trying to help you, and they believe whatever they believe. You know, you're not going to change their beliefs during jury selection. So your best bet is just to find out and to have a nice conversation with them the way you would with a friend over a cup of coffee, and see what they truly believe. And then, you know, you have to be mindful, and you can choose who to leave and who to strike. And there are different ways. There's challenges for cause, where you can strike someone because they cannot be fair. They have their own belief systems, and no matter what you tell them, no matter what the judge tells them, they won't change their belief systems. And so there's a whole body of law on challenges for cause. And then there are a limited number of preemptory challenges, where you can strike anyone for any reason, but you only have like 2 or 3 of those, depending on which system you're using, which courthouse you're in. So the system is interesting, and if you're been called to jury duty, you know, I just wanted to tell you not to panic, not to worry. Not all lawyers are evil and bad. Some lawyers are friendly, and they truly want to obtain a fair-minded and neutral juror for their clients, somebody who will be able to listen to the case and make a fair decision based upon the evidence and the law. Thank you.